Okay. I wanted to just make a quick little video on just doing what you love. Honestly, just going for it. Like, I think at this point of my life right now, I'm very, like, I was just driving home and I was thinking, oh wow, like, this is a life. Like, I feel like I'm living like in a dream, because since like I'm moving Nashville, like downtown Nashville a little bit, but I feel like ever since moving here, I've just, you know, waken up and then just literally start the day doing, you know, what I want to do. And do I have all of my things figured out? No, but it's like the process, you know. I feel like even I'm learning, like, not everything that you do you have to have like figured out and like very planned, because I feel like I'm a very, what is it, like A-type person, or I don't know, but basically I just feel like I'm very particular with things, have everything planned out beforehand, be on time, exactly like on the dot, or if anything earlier, just very nitpicky. And I'm learning too, like the older I get, to have more flexibility. Like, flexibility is like so, it's just great, because one, brings me less stress, and two, it brings other person less pressure, because you're just able, you know, to bend, move, stretch. Like, oh, okay, like the plans don't go accordingly to whatever we had, you know, planned, but it's like the fact that you can do things and not have everything figured out, it just puts less pressure on things, which then makes it more fun, like the ability to have more fun. Basically, right now I'm just living life, and people will ask me, because I feel like all I've known really is just school, and like I really enjoy school too, but also like I kind of got to a point where I felt like I was just doing it because it was the most like practical thing and like ideal. It just felt like, okay, you know, like this path is like being paved for me, so like I may as well just take the next stone, like, you know, the little stone thing. But what I realized was that I almost, like, even though the situation was still great, like I still was very blessed. I wasn't doing it with intention, and I wasn't actively choosing that. Like, yes, I did choose to stay in an academic environment, but also I felt that this career that I wanted, or maybe not that I even wanted, but like this career, there's this career, so then it's like, to get to that career you need to have, you know, your undergrad, you need to have your master's, you need to have your doctorates, da 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 da. So it's like, basically when you choose like something, I felt like, okay, I just need to do X, Y, and Z, and then I'll have that career, I guess. But then for me, what I realized was that along the way, it seemed like I was almost losing internal drive. I don't know, I'm a very driven person, so no matter what I do, I feel like I give it my all. But then I think I was confusing that with, I just don't know, it's hard to explain. I know the difference in how I feel, like what I feel right now versus how I felt the last few months. So for me, got my bachelor's, and then I was like, okay, great, like next step's master's. So then I went to move to Miami to do my master's there. But then when I was in Miami, the program, I guess it just wasn't what I expected it to be. And also it was very frustrating because the format was more so online, and I need to be in the classroom type of person. Like, I need hands-on, I need like the little like conversations that you have with classmates and professors, just all that little in-between stuff. And I just wasn't really getting that, I think, in Miami. So then I was like, great, like I've already completed 12 credits, so let me just like maybe transfer them to a place at least that's more in person. So then I just honestly moved back to Tennessee, but then I still didn't really know what my next steps were. Ideally, I was like, okay, like let me just transfer, you know, to Tennessee to an in-person program, like for the same program. But then, you know, my annual trip to New York City happened closer to my birthday, and I feel like every time I'm there, there's just like this like energy like in New York that I love, which is just like no one really hears what you do, but in like the best way possible. And it's like I feel like people even go to New York to really maybe find themselves, just understand more about themselves, because it's like you're literally put in this big pool of so many people and so many different things, and you can literally actively choose, like, and you really do have to. Every day you have to like actually make decisions, which can be kind of stressful if you're not a very decisive person. Like I feel like I used to be very indecisive and I could not. Don't ask me like where do you want to eat, don't ask me like different things, because like I don't care, like I don't know, you pick. But I think too, a part of that growing up, I'm starting to understand like how that can kind of get annoying. That is a part of like your identity, you know, like you like the stuff that you like, and that kind of then makes it other people know how to, I guess, like respond to you when you know how to like decide for yourself, if that makes sense. But yeah, when I went to New York again, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I love this city, like I would never live here, but like I love just unlimited amount of like possibilities that can happen, just how there's so many opportunity for just whatever. I don't know, like I just feel like I would get inspired by just even like a person walking down the street. I realized like I was losing that in my everyday life, and how like I kind of just got bored. I started just, you know, wearing sweats. My friend was literally right. She was like, you literally look like a rat, like you dress like a rat. I feel like I was losing the little things that like make life worth living. I just didn't even want to, I guess it was like motivation maybe, but like it's weird because it's like I'm a very driven person, but then also there'd be days where I would just wake up and like even the thought of like doing things, it's just kind of like I would be like, oh, why, like oh my gosh, like I'm just gonna have to like get up, like put clothes on, like brush my teeth. It just felt very like routine. I think a lot of the things like I'm finding out is I really don't know a lot of things. But yeah, like I feel like the older I get, the more I'm learning like, oh, I actually don't know like a lot of different things, and like that in itself is like amazing too, because as soon as you accept the fact that like you really don't know anything, it's so free. You can't put that much pressure on yourself because you really don't know, and like it's okay to not know. But what I was getting at with that was, okay, no, it was New York. I was like New York. While like a part of life and like living is even in the very like ordinary like day-to-day like things that you do, you're inspiring somebody. And it's really important that you're doing something that you really feel like there's just like this feeling of you're like, yes, like this is it, like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Even though I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, I know like I have this feeling that I'm like, okay, like yes, like this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, even though I'm not really doing, like there's not like one goal that I'm trying to do right now. Like it's not like, oh, like I want to become, I don't know, it's just hard to explain. Ugh, and I feel like I'm getting confused too by myself. But for me, I remembered, wow, like I really do love shopping, and like I really do love picking out what I'm gonna wear and like accessorizing and doing my makeup and my hair, because it makes me feel good. I feel like happier when I'm ready and just, you know, like I can tackle the day. It just makes it exciting. Like even getting ready in itself, like that process of just like playing music and doing your makeup, that was something that I love to do, especially even growing up for school and middle school, high school. I lost it a little bit, honestly, like towards the end of college, I would say. But even like freshman year, I would just be like, oh my gosh, let me pick out what I'm gonna wear, and like, oh my gosh, is it gonna be a cute guy? Just little things, and it sounds stupid sometimes, but those little things really do matter a lot, because like they add up. And yeah, I guess it's like a part of even like what they say, try to like romanticize your life, or life is a movie. Because like there's literally some days currently that I am like, wow, like life is just, it just feels like unreal, and like it's just so great. For me, like I know with the people that I care about, I just want to inspire people to just be who they are and just like 100% themselves, and not something that they feel like I expect or something that I would want them to be for me. But in that same breath, I think I'm realizing, oh, you know, I need to start treating myself the same way and show myself the same love that I show like my friends, people that I care about, because it really is important. And I think that, you know, just like a friend, like I want them to like find something that makes them super happy, whatever it is. Like I honestly don't care, like whether it's dealing with cars or dealing with an office or even doing like content like social media. Like I think I even realized too, like let's say like careers and whatnot in life, I think it's really easy to start to get caught up in like the norm, in what is just practical, an accountant job or a lawyer or a doctor, just things that, you know, obviously people are gonna always need, and things that take a lot of time and studying, and they're super important. And in that same like breath, I think things in the arts are just as important, because it just like has so much, I don't know what I would call it, but I feel like people maybe can, like, what's the word? People may separate them and say like, oh, something in the arts is very unrealistic, and something that, you know, it's like winning the lottery. Like, you know, you're not gonna become an actress or an actor, or you're never gonna become a singer or a dancer or YouTube content creator, like painter, whatever you can think of that like relates to the arts, I guess, and just creating. I think that because with that, maybe people are less exposed to that side, or people just aren't aware of it. Maybe it's more of like a something taboo or unusual. They don't recommend that to a lot of people, and they in a way will kind of like stunt somebody's drive or like ambition for that, because they themselves have never pursued a career in that. So right, like you can only give advice on things that you've done, right? Yes and no, I guess. But like let's say like I'm a business owner, so then somebody else, okay, wait. So let's say like someone's a business owner, and me, I realize, oh, you know, I wanna open up my own business one day, or I wanna own my own business one day. I would most likely listen to the person's advice that does own a business versus like a worker, because the worker, they may observe things that a business owner does. They may observe things that are helpful in regards to owning a business, but they themselves have never been in that position. So I would be cautious in what I like really soak in from like a worker versus somebody that already is doing what I'm trying to do, because it's like, I feel like for me it's easier to grasp the concept of being able to help somebody that you've already been kind of like in that position, or like you have experience in. So I would say in regards to that, with something like acting or dancing, singing, just whatever it is, like if your parent or someone you know, they've never had those types of jobs, like what are they gonna give you advice for, you know? Like how are they gonna help? They're probably not. They're probably gonna just be like, well, I hear you, and I hear that maybe that's what you're wanting to do, but maybe choose also something that's like, that's gonna, you know, give you income, and then that's more stable, I guess, you know. And that's not discrediting that advice at all, because I do think that that's really important. But also it's like, I think for me, I found myself doing the thing that makes me money, and then once I like did it, I was like, oh yes, money, 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 money. And then it became my full-time job. But then it literally left me no time to do what I actually feel like I really like to do. So then it's like, in a way, I feel like it kind of lost its point, because yes, everyone needs money to survive. You're supposed to like support yourself, and so then you can do the thing that you actually want to do. But then also other people will just do the thing that they actually want to do and not even go through the other process, because it's just like too much, or they just don't do it. Let's say from a job in management or a job in retail, fast food, things that you see more on an everyday to-day basis, and you talk with people, because right, like you can go to a gas station and talk to a gas station worker, or you can go to a restaurant and talk with the manager. Like, it's very accessible, very easy. But you can't go to an actress, like let's say like what would you call it, like Hollywood, like I don't know, like people's idea of like successful like actors and stuff. Like, it's more hard to reach, I guess, them, because they have, you know, agents and they have different things, and there's always going to be an exception, right? But in my point, in the jobs that you see everyday life that like people label as more practical, it's easier to normalize that, right? So it's easier to obtain that. And I think honestly, just do what you want. If you want to do something in retail, if you want to be a manager, if you want to do something in fast food or even restaurant, whatever it is, like be the best worker, be the best person that does that job, because that's amazing and you're gonna be happy because you want to do that. But then if you also want to be, you know, an actress or an actor, dancer, singer, content creator, IT, whatever, like just do what you want to do. And I feel like I just want to like, it's like if I could just like push everyone and just be like, just go, like I just like, that's like, I feel like the energy I want to exude, because you don't even realize who you're an inspiration to, and they may never even tell you that meant as much as it did to that person. But just know that the things that you do does matter. Like, even if it's something that you think is insignificant, like somebody's gonna see it and somebody may be like, oh my gosh, like this was my sign. So I just think that, you know, what you do matters. Like, it really does. I just like, even like when I'm saying that, it's like, wow, like that sounds so like cheesy. Whenever I tell myself like, YOLO, like, you know, I only get this one life, I only live once, like it's so true. Like, I don't know what is after this, you know, if there's an afterlife or what not. But I just think, you know, I just want everyone to just be happy doing what they want to do. And if I can just be even like a little blip in that journey, or like a little like flower that you see along the way that you're walking to your destination or something, like that would be honestly all I could ask for. So yeah, this is my apartment. Currently it's very, very empty. I literally just moved in, and there's a lot that goes into moving and getting an apartment. And thankfully I moved here with my friend, so she's definitely made this process great. And I'm excited for just everything that, you know, we decide to make this place to be. But even like shopping for my room and like shopping for just like our space, like it just feels so right, and it just feels so great. But yeah, I think like if anything, you know, I don't know if I did make an Instagram recently, so New York inspired me to make an Instagram, because I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it, you know. I'm just gonna post what I want to post, no stress. Like, if I don't want to post, then I don't post, and if I want to post, then I post. And that, I think, is Jen.Kohansky, and then I have a TikTok. I honestly at the time thought I was trying to make it like what's that, it's like a French word, it's like je ne sais quoi or something like that. That's what I was trying to make it sound, but then when I actually looked at like the proper spelling, it's literally like nowhere near accurate. But I'll have like those, you know, in the description. Yeah, description below. I was saying in my last video, you know, my first goal is to get 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and then I'm just gonna try to do what I want with this channel, make it fun. So I'll be posting on here and on Instagram if I want to, and on TikTok. But thank you guys for tuning into this video, and I hope that it was nice to hear my voice. Yeah, okay, so now I need to unload everything that I got, so that's gonna take a hot minute, and I'm gonna make myself some food and then probably watch Netflix. Feel free to like the video or dislike it. I'm, you know, open to whatever is given, or if you want to comment something, I'll be reading the comments too. And then subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Okay, bye.